Well, good evening, brothers and sisters. Live, but not live in that sense. I'm alive. From Saigon, it's Friday night for me. Anyhow, tonight's show is Seek Within, for the World is Without. The culmination of perfection. Yes. And before we get into those details of that topic, my name is, or the name they gave me is Rodney Josephson. Oh yeah. As I always say, I am peace, I come in peace, and I leave in peace. Just here to drop a message while I'm still around. So the last 5-6 weeks have been action-packed, as I said in a few videos back about the new year. Happy New Year! Yeah, April is the start of the new year, isn't it? You know, if we're talking about energy levels and equinoxes and all that type of ways of thinking about it. But in terms of energy, it's much different. And we've seen some big changes, in the media around the world. Whatever. It's entertainment. I call it all entertainment. Anyhow, the Pope took an exit. May he, what do you say? May he rest in peace, as everybody. He's just a man like everyone else. Celebrate. He got to leave. We're still here. If your neighbor passed away, celebrate. He got to leave. Everyone's the same. Brothers and sisters, right? Praise not false gods, as they say. Anyhow, we've seen a lot of changes in the last 6 weeks, like I said, because of the time of the year and this cycle that we're in, as well as there's other ways to think about these times. Anyhow, I'm also a grandfather. My granddaughter was born on the 21st of April. Well, actually, that's that'd be, let's see, 21st would be, that would be April 9th, it would be March the 19th, I think, by using the, no, not March the 9th, yeah, March the 19th, by using the, 13-month system. Anyhow, so I'm a grandfather now. I know I look so young, but anyway. Yeah, brothers and sisters. I've gone to this format because if doing the live shoots, there are too many issues with streaming. It cuts off. The quality is poor. So anyhow, we're doing it this way until I can figure out a way to live stream with no interruption. But you can still send messages, right? Okay, let's get into our topic. The culmination of perfection. As I've mentioned many times before, you have to seek within, for the world is without. That means you need to find the wisdom and discernment from within your own mind. Yes, of course, there's all the information from the outside. However, you have to do it yourself. Don't believe me. Don't believe everyone you're listening to or whatever, reading. You have to discern that. Determine if it's valid, or something you should put aside or whatever. But you are the source. You're the one connecting to the source, and you should know what the truth is from your connection to source. As I've mentioned, life is nothing but a dream and a dream and a dream. It's all a dream. These are states of consciousness, levels of consciousness. And when you start to realize that, figure it out, things will start to blend. You're in a state, whether it's in this so-called physical world state, or then you switch to another state, like a daydream, let's say, and you're thinking and experiencing that moment in the so-called physical man's world. So this is what I'm saying, that that dream is existing in this dream. And when you can get a grasp on how the whole thing works, you begin to control the dreams. You in the dream, that is. So your circumstances will, be better. And when you go to bed at night, you're going to fall asleep, as they say. You're in a dream state. So again, it's a dream in a dream in a dream. Which dream are you in? Which state are you in? Which level are you in? And aware of that. As I've written before, we have the law of projection reflection. It's for infinity. How many projections and reflections have you ever actually thought of, or has been given to you from higher sources? I don't know. A lot. So infinity, it's infinity, forever. Eternal beings, yes. Now, for many, I call them trapped souls, and there are souls that are trapped that some people can see and some can't, but they're around. Their energies and their existence are trapped in different realities. And the reason why they are trapped is because they can't admit it. They can't admit they did it all, or they do it all. They're responsible for everything. They didn't learn that they did it or do it. They didn't get the learning event out of that situation, so they're kind of stuck. Now, my communication with them, I just, it's just said, man, it's okay. Man is forgiven, for he knows not what he does. You did it all. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And so this is your acceptance. It's called acceptance. You're accepting that you did it. You're a part of the whole system. Forgiveness. You're going to forgive yourself and you forgive them. You forgive yourself for doing it. You forgive them if they hurt you. And it's just, you forgive, let it go. Man is forgiven for he knows not what he does. Remember, until you learn, you know what you're doing, then you can change. By doing that, you're releasing the stuck thing. And by doing so, by releasing, you're then free, right? The chains have been cut. And then you can relax, be at peace. So again, the reality now is that all possibilities exist. Everything. You are either in control of them or you are not. Or you're semi in control, like in and out. You're kind of getting this in and out, in and out. Again, there's total control or absolutely no control at all. And that would be an interesting lead into MPD, or they call it DID, multiple personality disorder, schizophrenia. Because all personalities and behaviors exist. You have them all in your mind. Your personality is how you're behaving and your reactions and all associated activities to that personality. If you want to be Hitler, well, you're out, conquering your countries. You're doing whatever. If you want to be Trump, you want to be Xi Jinping, you want to be whatever. That's your personality, and your behavior will follow suit. Now, getting into man's ideas of this multiple personality disorder, or DID, or schizophrenia, and all that. What these are what I've just said here. You have made all these. You are everything. You are every possibility that exists in your own mind. And you have to know that. I mean, for example, you're young, you're a student, then you're a businessman, or then you're a cleaner. You're doing many roles, different roles, personalities. One day you're happy, the next day you're sad. This is what I'm talking about. All possibilities, all conditions, at different levels and depths and so forth. And so, schizophrenia, multiple personality disorder. Now think about that. These are, people who are experiencing these multiples, not 100% at the same time. They're experiencing one at a time, and then switching and switch. And they don't know what is going on. So it's fragmented. It's like the metaverse. It's not a universe, it's a metaverse. All these metas are taking place, and there's no connection between them, and that's what they're experiencing. So, for example, they could have they could be mature businessman one day, then they're a young teenager the next moment, then they're a 5-year-old girl, whatever personality, or they're an axe murderer, or whatever. All the possibilities will exist. Depends on how their brain was organized or situated in those conditions. Sooner or later, because of the cycle, they'll get it sooner or later, whether it's this lifetime or whatever. But they're all going to come back to the culmination of perfection. It means all back to one, because there's only one. That's the power. Now I have here 13 plus 4. It's 1 plus 3 plus 4 equals 8, or infinity. Now again, in various religions and spirituality, they talk about 13, or in Christianity it's the 13. The 12 disciples and Jesus. That's 13. So that would mean the 12 disciples are different personalities, different behaviors, different ways of being or acting, but there's only 12. Of course, we could, expand that, right? Anyhow, it's just the idea that 13 is a good number because 1 is 12 plus 1. 1 is the so-called Jesus in the middle. Jesus has become one with all his tribes, all his personalities. And the 4 are the elements. This is now the elements of the earth. We have water, fire, earth, and air. And then in the so-called the spiritual sense, we have the 4 aspects of man. That's the body, soul, mind, and spirit. So remember, there's 4, and all of those are then culminated to the one. I mean, you are all 4 of them, but you culminate them. You bring them all in together as you should, in an attempt to fuse them. I don't know, control, but to bring them together, yes. So that you are whole, perfect, and complete. Now, again, all realities exist now. What is your state or frame of mind? As you go through life, you are transitioning death, life, death, life. That means you're always alive. You're a spiritual being. You're forever, but you're leaving. You're dying or removing certain things and rebirth again. And you're just scaling or expanding on what you already know or have learned. So again, I did it all. I'm the master of my universe, and so are you. And as you transition, you're cleaning this up. So when you actually physically die, if you haven't cleaned up your house here in the physical world, the house is here and it has many rooms. You will have to do that when you're in that transition state, the void, or whatever they call it, when you have died, because you're going to go from this being, body, to a new one, or a new state or frame or condition. And there is a period, a grace period of you to reflect what's going on. You see these pictures of, meet your relatives, and as they say. It's just like I meet my relatives in my dreams, and we have discussions. I mean, I'm sure you have done that as well. So again, it's all a dream and a dream and a dream, but finally you will exit this body, this flesh, and you will then face all of that. So it's better to start, preparing and cleaning it now. Make it easy, man. Accept it, forgive, release, and relax. You did it all. You might cry, like, I can't do that. Well, you gotta face it, brothers and sisters. Face it. Go with the flow. However, if Caesar's flow is a criminal act against your commandments, the goodness, then no, you don't go with the flow. Sorry. Caesar can. So you're going to clean the house. And basically, I'll finish it on that. You did it all. Admit it. You're the king. You're God. You're the son of God growing up to be like the Father. Release. Let it go. Be good. Love thy neighbor. It's easy. Love thy neighbor. Who cares what has happened in the past. You let it go. Love thy neighbor, no matter what. Love thy neighbor, brothers and sisters. And your reality and your life will get better. Over time, it gets better and better and better. Because the culmination of perfection comes back. You accept it and you're at peace. So I'll leave it there. You want my books or want to comment, go ahead, send me email. Be more than happy to help you out, brothers and sisters. That's why I'm here. I only know what I know. I don't know it all, but I know what I know. That's it for tonight. Live. I'm alive from Saigon, and it's Friday. I'm Rodney. They call me Josephson. Thank you for dropping in, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, oh yeah.